All right, Henry McClure live, take two. I think the battery was, or the microphone was off. Here, let's try this again. As I said, the reward was won today by Henry McClure.
On public comment, we have two persons signed up. First person signed up is Mr. Henry McClure.
Good evening, Your Honor. Nice to see you. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you tonight. I want to make a case in point. I want to segue onto what I was going to talk about tonight. So, real estate is local in nature. Today, I'll bet you $1 I could get John Parker to move some stuff around in the old Sears Tire Battery and Auto, and I could lease that to you today. Get you in, have a place until you figure out what you're going to do. The old Penny Tire Battery and Auto is available down at the south end of White Lakes that could be modified. And I think what would be better for y'all is to let a developer build you a building, because you can keep your capital dry. Lease a building, put it on the tax rolls. Pay your way around here. So you don't, it takes less burden on the city from capital, and I think probably based on your bond rating, I could find some financing. But what the point I came to make tonight, a couple of them, one of them is, if you look at the real estate industry as, just as, I'm a business myself. And every one of the 720 licensed real estate people at the Sunflower Board of Realtors, they're a business. If we need something, they're independent contractors. So if we need something, we need a fancy graph or copies made, we're out helping the economy. So what my dog in the hunt about economic development is that you freeze 720 businesses out of the real estate business with your contractor that does business today. Now,
go Topeka.
One thing about the Holiday building, that actually you can add 3 floors on top of that. I've seen the plans. When Dennis Kinney owned it, I was looking at the plans, and he and I were trying to do some stuff, and you can build 3 levels on it. So just me being in the room tonight, not knowing much about real estate, I just happened to come up with some decent ideas. So if you take that times 720 people, one guy over here, he may be not selling a lot of houses or whatever, but he knows a friend. It's about your network and how hard your network works for you. Like your hotel guy, you guys are gonna love the hotel business. But yeah, you gotta go with that guy. Hey, I know people in this industry. The hospitality thing is, I don't know much about that other than renting a room.
I've not sold hotels.
Why I want to change the way you do business is because all I ever heard every time I get shut down from your contractor is, well, that doesn't create jobs. The guy digging the ditch doesn't matter, or the retailer that greets you. And it's been unfair. So you've all painted me into a corner, and I'm never going to give up. It's just kind of like I'm getting a little more momentum on this whole thing. But if we engage the community, there could be 720 new businesses that open up that could bring business to the city of Topeka. In closing, in the 7 seconds, I sent around a proposal for I think we need to redo how we do benefit districts.
Okay. Mr. McClure, would you want some more time
1 minute.
1 minute. Okay. Motion and a second. Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed?
All right, 1 minute.
1 minute.
Your time is valuable. But we really need to do things differently in our community. And this really isn't the way to do it, to come down. You know, ever since I spent all that money with Cook, Flatt, and Strobel for all the engineering out at 32nd Street, I've been trying to get in and talk to you about it because I kind of thought that's where we're working. You know, Dana Kay is a little mad at me. He wishes he never would have bought that land in Topeka. And I can handle the wrath of Dana Kay. Been doing it for years. But hey, that guy used to play golf every Wednesday with Baron Hilton. And so the point is,
He did.
it's not how hard you work, it's how hard your network works for you. So if we engage every real estate person in the city of Topeka to replace Go Topeka, because right now, what did you know and when did you know it? 39% of overhead, that's unfair. And are y'all in on it?
It's actually
All right,
67%.
thank you. Have a good night. Chief.
All right, Henry McClure here. Saturday, I had to go back and find this February 6th, 24, to make a point about getting the city garage out to White Lakes. But man, that was cool. I said something that's actually apropos for the moment. What did you know and when did you know it? And that's kind of what the whole argument is about. Timing. Well, I'll tell you one thing, that the Henry McClure live show is actually helping me, because then right after this, the next day, I go out to White Lakes and I'm talking about the garage and I'm trying to get the city of Topeka to do it. But here's now what I want to do today is I want to now, whether John Parker uses me or whoever, it doesn't matter. And I'd like to be the broker to make the deal, to broker the deal. I can write a leasing is my forte. And, so if we took every expense that it took to build the garage out there, actually Braxton brings up something interesting yesterday, was, it was interesting. Well, we've got $4 million in assistance from the state of Kansas to relocate. Well, there's value in that. And trying to figure out what you would pay. So $4 million was granted from state taxpayers, which probably has some federal funds in it. But creating the value, that brings up a nuance that I hadn't contemplated. So I'm going to noodle that. I still got to find some emails to add just a little more reminders to some of my associates. Henry McClure Live here in the Glass Houses studio. Have you guys seen the new studio? And look at this. Look at this. I like my new offices. I'm still not completely moved out, but Saturday night. Hey, you ought to come down to make arrangements and come down to the studio and look at the art. This is just my office art. Here's another one. I like this art. What we're working on doing with Mike Siegel and other artists is an understanding with Mainline Printing here in Topeka. We can, with different kinds of paper, we can take your artwork and create poster art out of it. But one of the things that's really unique about this whole thing is the litany of different holograms that we can print on. They're stock holograms. All right, I got stuff to do. I love you all.